this, we're just gonna put into a different bag.
What is the number one question that mystifies scientists? Number one question.
Mystifies scientists. Is there life on another planet?
Oh no, why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
It's another bag.
That confuses people.
I'm working so hard. Is she really? Or is she just saying she is?
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
Well, according to their tax documents, they work 1 hour a week.
My life was so hard. Everybody's f***ing life is hard.
Yeah,
you were the
true.
prince of a goddamn country who dressed up as a f***ing Nazi, and now you're trying to come back as the Pope? Suck it.
Damn!
I think Harry's a f***ing twat.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment.
Another big revelation was that Meghan said that she and Harry actually got married 3 days before the royal wedding. Great, now I feel like a fool for waking up at 5 a.m. to watch two married people get married.
The one person who I think has been really happy about all of this is Prince Andrew. I'm guessing that he has been nudging the royal family. Can you believe what Meghan did, huh? Can you believe it?
Harry says, how do you explain to someone who just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
Maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the f***ing queen.
Harry is an idiot. He signed up to fight in the Afghanistan war. That was a dumb move. You're a f***ing prince. What are you doing that shit for?
Once at a gig, the back was Harry and William, Madonna and Paul McCartney. Not one of them paid.
If you thought the Prince of Poor Decisions and the Duchess of Dummies had reached their public roast quota for the year, oh, sweetheart. The universe just upgraded her subscription, because the moment she wandered into Jimmy Fallon's monologue zone, Fallon didn't just tap her with a joke. He marinated her, seasoned her, slow-baked her ego at 450 degrees, and served it up to an audience starving for royal chaos.
Did you guys see this? Meghan Markle announced that her As Ever product line sold out in under an hour. It's strange when you marry a prince and you're the breadwinner of the family. Meghan was excited while Prince Harry was like, what the hell am I going to do with 3,000 cases of wildflower honey?
Fallon walked out on that Tonight Show stage like a chef preparing the special. Tonight's entree, the Duchess of Delusion glazed with irony. He opened with the blind date bit, the one Meghan has pushed like it's a sacred origin story. Fallon dropped a line that sent the crowd into explosive laughter.
I read that Harry and Meghan met on a blind date. Here's how they planned it. Meghan was like, I'll be wearing a blue shirt. And Harry was like, I'll be Prince Harry.
And everyone instantly knew exactly what direction he was going with it. And if Meghan really believed Netflix cancellations were rough, oh honey, wait until she realizes American comedians have turned her entire Duchess of Narrative Control act into primetime entertainment.
Oprah's bombshell interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Oprah started it off like, what's going on? Then Meghan cut right to the chase. She was like, we'll never be royal. So she and Harry packed their bags and told the royal family, bye, bye, bye. Fortunately, Tyler Perry gave the couple a place to live. He was like, oh, won't you stay with me?
Fallon wasn't even halfway done before the internet was already posting clips with captions like, Fallon just did what the palace wouldn't. But that wasn't the whole story, because just as Fallon's roast was settling in, another bombshell dropped, this time from a Trump press conference. A reporter tossed Meghan's name into the mix, and Trump fired back with a comment that immediately set the entire room buzzing.
Later in the press conference, a reporter asked Trump about Meghan Markle, and this is what he had to say about her.
I'm not a fan of hers, and she probably has heard that, but I wish a lot of luck to Harry, because he's going to need it.
Wow. Who had Meghan Markle on their random Trump insults bingo card? Anyone? If you're keeping track, Meghan Markle's got beef with the Queen of England and the President of the United States.
And that single moment detonated across social media, like a fireworks finale. Critics claimed it was becoming painfully clear Meghan wasn't just disliked, she was climbing the ranks of the world's most eye-roll-inducing celebrities. And the commentary kept tightening the screws. Analysts said she'd alienated her in-laws, turned her own family into a disaster zone, and exhausted the patience of the general public. The words vindictive, nasty, and controlling floated everywhere commentators gathered. gathered. But the wildest part? Fallon wasn't even the only one. It became a group project. Comedians, talk show hosts, meme accounts, all of them grabbing the Sussex saga like it was a buy one, get one free roasting special. And every single joke landed because the material practically delivered itself.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
One critic summed it up bluntly. She's dangerous. Everyone who works for her quits. She blames everyone else. She's impossible. And as the laughter built, Fallon moved into phase 2, the part where he took their endless, "we still believe in our power" mantra and ripped it open for inspection. Meghan and Harry's beloved power of yet.
Power of yet. The power of yet.
Because that means the times might be changing around you and you are refusing to evolve. So I don't think they will change because I don't think they have the capacity to, but they obviously should.
That delusional optimism that the universe would eventually reward them got shredded. Fallon hit them with a line that made the crowd roar, pointing out what observers had been saying for months. Hope means nothing if you never evolve. And things were about to get worse, because just when you think the roasting committee was full, Samira Gill stormed onto the scene and delivered what critics called a career-ending monologue. She dismantled Meghan's carefully packaged victimhood, like she had been waiting her whole life for this assignment. Gill didn't tiptoe. She stomped. She dragged out everything Meghan tries to bury: the bullying claims, the staff exodus, the NDAs, the never-ending contradictions. And she said something so blunt it made the entire panel shift in their seats, leaving no doubt about how she felt.
I mean, I've got massive fatigue from the amount of stuff that she's foisting on us. It feels like every other week she's on this sort of unknown person's podcast or somewhere making a post or at a concert broadcasting her entire life out. I mean, for someone who yapped about privacy for so long, she's basically got the opposite of it. I mean,
commentators described it as a mirror being yanked up in front of Meghan's face while the world watched. Gill didn't just challenge Meghan's narrative, she pulled out the receipts everyone had been side-eyeing for years. But she wasn't done, not even close. Gill circled back to Meghan's favorite buzzword, authenticity, and tore it apart piece by piece.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard, and I'm still working hard. And I've always been a hard worker. I'm gonna live my life really authentically, make choices authentically.
I go back to the authenticity, right? It's what I love. I authentically, organically want to share, but also to be authentic. I wanted to do what felt authentic.
I think we're getting absolutely nothing that's authentic out of this. I mean, I think watching it was quite disappointing.
Meghan has been chanting authentic, like it's a spiritual identity. Meghan's entire brand feels more manufactured than a press release template. Critics joked Meghan has turned being exhausting into a full-time job, and Gill clocked in simply to read her performance review.
You don't actually get that look into her life that you think you're going to get, or you thought you were going to get when the series first said that it was going to launch. I mean, it's really this sort of charade of her playing a part in a home that's not her own, with people that she doesn't quite know. Some of them are her friends, some are on payroll. I just didn't see the Meghan that I was expecting to see, and it was absolutely not relatable. That was the main thing I was looking for in this. Meghan presents herself as this girl next door, but what we really got was this sort of person who's living in a Montecito palace, out of touch from reality.
Meanwhile, reporters noted that it wasn't just Gill peeling the facade away. Interviewers everywhere were suddenly unscrewing Meghan's public persona like they found loose bolts. And next in line was Kinsey Schofield, who laid out the biggest truth bomb yet.
This is a joke, and I'm tired of some of these media outlets continuing to elevate this person when the reality is she's a grifter. Fake it till you make it. We don't accept that anymore. We want authenticity.
The gap between Meghan's self-image and her real-world behavior is wide enough to build a stadium in. Schofield went straight for the jugular, calling Meghan a grifter, calling her rise failed upward mobility, calling her opportunities wasted oxygen. She delivered a comment so sharp that viewers said they felt the studio temperature drop.
What a missed opportunity. What a waste of oxygen. What a waste of our time, if I'm being quite honest with you. How many people are going to give this woman a do-over? I've never seen somebody fail up as much as I've seen Meghan Markle fail up. And there is just little to no effort.
But the escalation didn't stop there, because then Megyn Kelly chimed in with a jab so clean it practically sparkled. She pointed out that Meghan's only real achievement was attaching herself to a wealthy husband. Everything else was borrowed shine.
I'm over it. She's not important. She married for money. It's very clear she bagged the elephant, but I just can't stand her. I just think she's such a phony.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband. If that's what constitutes being a founder, then sure, Meghan Markle's a founder. Grifter. She found a mansion in Montecito to live in. She found a sit-down interview with Oprah to bash and shank her in-laws and accuse them of racism. But putting your name on some cheap jellies, jams, and dog biscuits, I don't know, sounds like a fall from grace for me.
And things were about to flip again. Enter Stephen Colbert, who stepped onto the stage with the precision of a surgeon and the enthusiasm of someone who's been waiting months to say the quiet part out loud. He reeled Meghan in with that iconic mock confusion tone, shocked that she claimed she didn't know how the monarchy worked.
Marrying the monarchy, what did you think it was going to be like?
Well, I didn't do any research about what that would mean.
Research?
No. I've never looked up my husband online.
What? Didn't know she had to curtsy. Didn't know the royals lived in castles. Didn't research her own future husband. Critics joked his eyebrow alone did half the roasting. Then came the uppercut. Colbert threw out a line about doing basic research that made the audience erupt.
Let me introduce this thing called Google, okay? Over there, I think it's called Lori. It's full of useful information. For instance, turns out your husband knew Princess Di. That might have been a hint that this was going to be a rough gig.
He laid it out like a teacher handing homework to the one kid who never brings a pencil. Basic facts, simple information, stuff anyone with internet access could have figured out. And just when the laughter hit its peak, Colbert tossed in a follow-up reference that made the entire audience freeze before bursting into even louder noise.
While you're Googling, you might want to try the combo Andrew, Island, and Epstein.
Commentators said the reaction sounded like someone dropped a metal chair in a silent room. Colbert demolished the "I had no idea" storyline and made it clear. Meghan's Authenticity Act didn't just collapse, it spontaneously combusted. And that wasn't even the finale, because now the spotlight turned to Ryan Reynolds, Conan O'Brien, Sharon Osbourne. What came next changed everything. When Ryan Reynolds and Conan O'Brien swooped in like two comedians who smelled a fresh batch of overpriced Montecito jam cooling on the windowsill.
I really am a middleman for jars of jam and tiny yogurts.
What? He works for Meghan Markle.
Yes.
Really
My dad,
tiny jams, harvestable jams.
Yes, exactly.
Made from the oils of Montecito.
Critics said Reynolds delivered his lines with that polite Canadian deadpan that somehow makes every punch hit twice as hard. He played along like he genuinely believed he was some kind of middleman for Meghan's tiny jars of artisanal chaos, the kind of jams that scream luxury, but taste like PR panic blended with organic denial. Conan jumped in too, reacting to the whole situation like the jam line was a side hustle built on delusion and recycled buzzwords. Both of them dropped comments that had their audiences cracking up instantly. According to critics, Osbourne summed up what the public had been muttering for years. If they stopped complaining, they'd be unemployed.
The way they act, everything has been, abused by the public, by the press, by the royal family. So much in love. Move on. Get a life. Move on. And they just can't seem to, because their living is by telling their truth on the royal family. That's how they make their living.
And things were about to spike again. He circled back to Meghan's cooking show moment, that infamous pretzel bag demonstration that had audiences squinting like they were watching a magic trick with no payoff. Fallon reenacted the confusion, reacting to how Meghan transferred pretzels from one bag to another like she was unveiling state secrets.
This, we're just gonna put into a different bag.
What is the number one question that mystifies scientists? Number one question.
Mystifies scientists. Is there life on another planet?
Oh no. Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
It's another bag.
That confuses people.
The crowd burst into laughter because no one could figure out the point of it. Analysts said this moment symbolized the entire Sussex brand, overpackaged, overhyped, and somehow still empty. And critics said it brought back the exact reason the Sussexes have treated every microphone like a confessional booth nobody asked for. Commentators pointed out that Tyler Perry giving them a place to live was the last genuinely wholesome moment in their saga. Everything after that veered straight into self-inflicted chaos. Public sentiment. People were exhausted. Comedians were thriving. And the Sussex storyline had morphed into a never-ending rerun that refused to cancel itself. According to commentators, Meghan has been trying to sell the public an image. Warm, down-to-earth, authentic. But she can't deliver it because the performance never lands. The harder she pushes it, the more artificial it feels.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like, it's so inauthentic. This is why she was never going to be more than like a D-list actress on a basic cable show. She can't The one thing she is dying to sell to us is relatability. The one thing she is dying for more than anything is for us to love her.
If authenticity were a class, Meghan would still be repeating the first semester. Everyone had unintentionally united under one theme. Meghan keeps trying to reinvent herself, but every attempt comes off like a reboot nobody asked for. And the dig that she was desperate for public affection, that one didn't just land, it echoed. Because after all the jokes, all the reactions, all the late night scorch marks, there was one last truth the comedians, critics, and commentators all agreed on. Meghan and Harry have become the easiest comedy material in modern celebrity history. Not because people are cruel, but because the couple keeps supplying fresh material like it's their full-time job. Every host who touched their saga walked away with instant viral moments.
Don't know how to break this to you, H. But if you weren't in the royal family, M wouldn't be with you.
Every reaction landed because the storyline has shifted from royal drama to something closer to a scripted sitcom. Meghan wasn't being targeted. She was simply being reflected back exactly as the public has watched her behave. Critics said the most ironic part of this entire roasting marathon is how predictable it's all become. The Sussexes step out with a new venture, a new slogan, a new chapter, and within minutes, the internet is already writing the punchlines for the comedians. It's automatic. It's instinctual. It's cultural muscle memory at this point. And commentators didn't hold back. They argued that Meghan and Harry aren't just stuck in a narrative, they're looping it. Same themes, same grievances, same reenactments of the same story told through slightly different lighting, angles, or podcast microphones. And when you rerun the same script long enough, people stop seeing it as a tragedy and start seeing it as a sitcom. Even media analysts jumped in, pointing out that the couple's truth-telling business model has cornered them into a place where any silence looks suspicious, but any new story looks like a rerun. That's not a branding issue. That's a structural collapse, and comedians love nothing more than a storyline that collapses in slow motion. This roasting marathon didn't mark the beginning of Meghan's downfall. It marked the moment people realized the downfall had already happened, quietly, slowly, and publicly over time. Because when every comedian, every critic, and every commentator is roasting the same person in the same week, it stops looking like shade and starts looking like consensus. And the public walked away from this late-night bonfire with one overwhelming thought. If Meghan truly wants the world to stop laughing, she has to stop handing them punchlines. Because right now, the jokes aren't the problem. The material is. Before you go, drop your take in the comments. Who roasted her the worst tonight? Drop your thoughts below. Hit like, tap subscribe, and let's keep the chaos going. Thanks for watching, and since you made it this far, feel free to check out some of my other videos on the top of the screen. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed. Only on Tea Time with Tina.